guys, today I am making 15 bean salad. I just love bean salads. They're so filling, very high in carbohydrates and protein, very filling. I love to add different flavors to them, and so I just wanted you to see, this is just from a regular 15 bean soup mix. So the first thing I did is rinse them and soak them for about 8 hours, and then I let them just sit for about an hour just to drain. So you can see, I just love those beautiful colors. Anyway, I'm going to put it in a pot. This is just an empty pot. I'm going to cover them with water. It's about an inch above the beans. See if you can see how much water I have in there. Just about an inch above. And then I'm going to add a piece of kombu or kelp. This is the brand that I use. And so when I pull out a sheet of kombu, it's in sheets. This is seaweed. See if I can pull it out of there. And it looks like this. I only need about an inch, so I'm just going to break off a piece like that. And you can see how thin it is. It's just a thin, crispy piece. And so I'll show you when we're done so you can see what it looks like. We're going to add that to the beans. So that's going to help make the beans a little more digestible. It's also going to provide some natural iodine. This is from the sea, and so lots of minerals as well. So a lot of people are afraid to eat beans. They say they can't digest them. Gives them gas, stomach pains. Well, first we soaked them, and so that released a lot of the, can't remember the constituents that will mess up the stomach, right? So first we soaked them, then we rinsed them. So we rinsed everything off, drained it and rinsed it, and then we put them back in. So that's the first thing we did to help with digestive health. The second thing is we added the kombu, and so these should not cause any stomach distress. However, if you don't eat beans and then you start to eat beans, then you don't have the right bacteria in there to digest those beans. And so you just have to grow those bacteria. And how do you do that? You slowly introduce beans. And so you don't want to eat a large amount of bean salad today if you haven't been eating beans. You just want to have maybe a quarter cup or something today and a quarter cup or some tomorrow, different kind of beans the next day, and you'll just slowly build up the right bacteria for that. It's kind of like when you garden. I don't know if people are familiar with gardening, but there's no bugs out there, but you plant some type of plant that a bug likes, and all of a sudden those bugs appear. So it's the same kind of thing in your gut. Those bugs, those bacteria will appear when you put the right environment in there. Anyway, I am going to turn this on, bring it to a boil, and then simmer it for about an hour and a half, and then I will get back with you. Okay, I'm back from cooking the beans. You can see they're not as pretty once they're cooked. They're kind of olive and brown color. But all I did is use a slotted spoon and put them in here and let them cool a little bit. So that's all I've done so far. I forgot to mention that I only used half a pack of the 15 bean soup. So this made 4 cups. I didn't want to make a huge amount of beans. And so this is half a bag of 15 bean soup mix. I just boiled the beans for about an hour and a half. Didn't boil them. Brought them to a boil and then simmered them for an hour and a half. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to add some green onion. You could use regular onion. Red onion is usually my favorite because it's so high in antioxidants, that bright red color. I'm just cutting the roots off these green onions. I'm using green onions just because they're a little bit milder in the salad. I didn't want too much onion flavor. I'm going to be sharing this with my daughter, and she doesn't really like onion, and so this will definitely pass. So raw onions are so good for you. They're part of the allium family. When we chop, we're combining those ingredients that are cancer fighters. These are very antimicrobial, antibacterial. Let me just go ahead and add my beans to my big bowl. So here are my beans. You can see it's not really pretty. So we're going to just add some. Okay, so I'm going to add my onion. Beans are very high in your B vitamins. especially folate. We hear a lot about folic acid. Here's a natural way to get that. B vitamins are wonderful, lots of fiber and protein. Now I'm using a red bell pepper. Red bell pepper is high in vitamin C. And do you see how I'm cutting this? Let me move my bowl out of the way. I can put it on the board too. Okay. So I kind of cut at an angle. My eyes are tearing from that granule. And around. So you can see I'm leaving the membrane and the seeds. I can just cut straight, but then it's going to make a mess, and I'm a little bit lazy, so just do it this way. So I'm just going in and cutting down along that membrane. All right. So I want this to be pretty small. I like small chopped foods when I eat a salad like this, so that I have a little bit of every flavor in each bite. All right. I'm going to lay, this one has that white membrane, so I'm just going to use my knife, kind of curve around to remove that. It's probably very nutrient rich, but I don't like to bite into that. All right, I'm going to add that to my bowl. I like to lay it skin side down too. You see how I'm running my knife? I'm just doing, I call it the rock and roll. Cut out the membrane. Line them up and dice. Long slices. See how the front of my knife doesn't lift, it just stays rocking and rolling. That one might be too thin if I chop it. Okay. Line it up. Dice. You can make it whatever size you want. That's just the way I like it. Just realized I forgot my spoon. How am I going to stir it without a spoon? Then I'm going to add these. These are called Matt's Wild. If you can find them, get them. They're very, very nutrient rich. They're one of the healthiest tomatoes you can get. You see this tiny little thing. You get all the nutrients from a tomato in that one tiny tomato. They taste like candy to me. They are so sweet. These are so small. I'm going to leave them whole. These are a little bit larger. These are some heirloom tomatoes, so I'm going to cut them probably in quarters. These will give us a little bit of yellow. Throw in the rest of my tiny tomatoes, which are also very high in vitamin C, and they have lycopene as well, which is good for many different things, especially prostate health. They have lutein, which is good for your eyes, tomatoes, they've shown that cooked is actually provides more of a punch than raw, but it's all right. I'm sure there are so many things we don't even know about all these fruits and vegetables. Some of these don't look really good. So I'm using cilantro here. I didn't tell you. It says cilantro or parsley. Both of those would be great. These are very high in chlorophyll, very high in minerals. And I am just breaking off the leaves. I'll leave a little bit of the stem, but I want mostly just the leaves. Doesn't look really good. Just finding the ones that look really good to me. Tossing the rest out. All right, and I'm going to run my knife through these. I'll leave a few to put on top to make the top look pretty. How's that? It's hard to get them off my fingers. They're still damp from when I washed them. All right, I am going to go grab my spoon and a measuring spoon so I can, I don't usually measure, but I'll measure for our video. All right, move this out of my way. Stir this. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. This is just my own Italian seasoning mix. You can use whatever you want. This one has some red bell pepper in it, so it makes it a little spicy. You could just do some oregano, some garlic and onion. I do like a little bit of cayenne just to give it a little bit of a punch. All right, 1 tablespoon of that. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of vinegar. I breathed something in and smelling the spices. All right, and then I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. So a lot of bean salad recipes have a lot of sugar in them, and I do not like a lot of sugar. Something else that would be really good would be a rice wine vinegar. You could do that, or balsamic vinegar. All right. I saved those to go on top, and I don't even need them to go on top. It looks so pretty, just the way it is. My 15 bean salad. So I didn't talk about the benefits. So our apple cider vinegar is wonderful for digestive health and clearing any phlegm. You want to make sure you buy unfiltered. This one is Simple Truth Organic, but you can buy Bragg. You want it to have the mother in it. You can see it's kind of cloudy on the bottom. This has not been pastured. It says raw, unfiltered. And so that means that it has some live enzymes in there, which is going to give us more nutritional benefit. If it was pasteurized, it's been heated to a certain temperature, and so we lose those benefits there. I'm also using 100% maple syrup. Maple syrup has vitamins and minerals in it, which is why I chose it over another liquid sweetener. We could use honey. And the herbs in our Italian seasoning, very high in antioxidant, all of your herbs and spices. So anyway, here we go. Here's our 15 bean salad. Let me know if you make this. Like and share my videos. Comment, please. Let me know what you would like to see and learn. Enjoy.